Well met, adventurers. Do you fancy yourself a mug of infinite ale?
Or a bag man in a bag of holding?
Not the bag man.
Spooky.
Psycho. Well, you've come to the right place because we're going to review the top 10 magic items in the Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves movie. And these are some blistering hot ones, I think.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah, so we're going to give them a tier ranking from F to S, S being the best. And
I know what my S tier is.
Already? Okay, we'll consider spoilers. So we're going to begin and let you know what they are and what we think of them.
Fantastic. Where's the shovel?
So the first thing is going to be the Red Wizard's Blade. You can see it here on screen. Probably right here, maybe over here.
Somewhere.
All right, so this Wizard Blade, the Red Wizards of Thay are the main antagonists in Forgotten Realms, and they have these daggers and swords.
And they're in the Chronicles of Legends campaign that's currently on our YouTube channel.
Watch
so
our
check
reading
it
guard.
out.
Yeah, we are fighting the Red Wizards of Thay there. Yeah, they're a potent foe. So this blade, when you use it, it pulls power from the negative plane, does a bunch of necrotic damage, but it's not just it does tons of extra damage, which I think is like 3d12. It also causes the creature, if you kill them, to be unable to be resurrected by normal means. Rather, you have to have a deity resurrect them or use some kind of like specialty magic item to resurrect them.
You know, it's casual.
Okay, so this weapon is very, I think, quite strong, but I think it's also kind of like on the evil side of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So if a hero gets it, would they use it? Who knows?
I would use it.
So the fact that it, yeah, I'm sure you would. The fact that it gives us a lot of extra necrotic damage is great. Mm-hmm. I think as like you're playing like a hero, you might have some questionable uses. Maybe you don't want to necessarily use this.
But what's better than a hero turning to the dark side? Even
that's true. But if well, I'm taking my. I'm not going to go S rank on this. It's pretty strong. I'd actually maybe for a hero, I'd kind of give it like because I'm torn. I'd give it like a B rank. Because you really have to decide, is the extra damage and this like ability to really put stuff down worth it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a B rank, and
yeah?
In the context of the ones that we're going over, I think.
Okay, what about, but if you're a villain, if you're playing like a villain campaign, maybe like an A rank or even for a weapon? Okay, all right, well, that's it.
It's a dagger. It can only
Red
do so
Wizard
much.
Blade. Okay, next one. We have Sending Stones. It's a popular item in Dungeons & Dragons. You can use, there's like mini, like not a cell phone, but a pager. Thank you, pager. I can't.
Also, the bit that they do with the Sending Stones is inspired, truly inspired.
In the movie, yeah. Okay, fantastic.
That brought it up at least one rank. But I mean, Sending Stones are, for me, I would say like they're a C tier item.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're very super strong or anything.
They're not bad,
but
they're just a low-level magic item.
Yeah, and but I think for narrative purposes, they can serve a lot of good to communicate between party members who are split up. Maybe don't do that, but if that were the case,
never split the party.
Talk with allies or even foes, depending. There's certain restrictions on the Sending Stones, but overall, compared to the message spell or other similar spells, a magic item that does it all for you without needing to spend spell slots and stuff. I think a C rank is pretty fair for that. C rank for Sending Stones. Okay, here we go.
Take this one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we have seen this ranked on maybe the website that we're looking at as a number 7, and that is an atrocity. Because let me just tell you, the Hither-Thither Staff is absolutely an S tier magic item that would destroy a campaign. If you are a DM, do not, please listen to me. Do not give this to your players unless you're playing like a one-shot, because it is so good. Especially the way they use it is like unlimited use.
That's true. So the Hither-Thither Staff, for those who haven't watched the movie, is basically, if you play the Portal games, Portal 1 or 2, The Cake is a Lie, you can shoot one side and then shoot the other side, and you can go in from that portal to the other portal, appear anywhere else. And so I think it's almost like, I know a lot of DMs like caution players to take like a flying a race or lineage that has flying right away, because they can kind of break some encounters at low levels, but this is a little more than that, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty busted.
Because you can send the whole party.
Yeah, and you can they put it on an object, and it's inspired, truly. Like, I was watching that, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
the whole time I
heist.
was thinking, this is so smart, and I was also like, oh my gosh, if I was the DM, this would be terrible.
Yeah, it's true.
Not terrible.
I think if you're a dungeon master, you're willing to give this staff to your players. Just make sure maybe they're high enough level where maybe they could already kind of maybe do teleporting or mystery stepping or things like that.
Kind of stuff. It's basically the same thing.
And I think there's really cool uses for this anyway. I wouldn't say it's for like combat or anything are generally overpowered. But I think that it would break a lot of puzzles and a lot of traversal and things like that. But could also lead to a lot of creative uses. I'm not even sure I'd give it an S rank at higher levels.
I would actually give it probably at higher levels. No,
yeah, maybe level 1 to 10, I maybe gave it an S rank, and maybe like levels 11 to 20, I'd give it an A rank.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a fabulous magic.
And it's really cool.
It's just bust.
And I think you can find these all in D&D Beyond now. They've actually put them, have statistics for them you can use in your D&D games.
Amazing.
So it's really fun. Okay, Pendant of Invisibility. So I think the Bard's daughter uses this. And I think it has like a use of invisibility. So invisibility is a relatively strong spell.
It's a second level spell.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
It's a second level spell.
And greater invisibility would be a little more busted because greater invisibility you can use it in combat and get
That would
huge
be insane.
advantages. Yeah. But this lets you kind of what bonuses for sneaking and things like that. What do you think?
I think that in the context of D&D, I think that you can, in most classes, get your way to invisibility.
Even some races have it.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah, some races have it.
So I
as
would
just
say
a
I don't
bonus
rank
spell.
this as a very high item because I think that it's just accessible, which is great because invisibility is fun. It doesn't mean that it's not powerful. It's just I think it's already a very accessible ability in the context of D&D, so it didn't blow my socks off. Right?
If this were like a low magic, if you had like a very low magic campaign, or maybe you didn't allow any spellcaster, maybe it'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
But normally I'd maybe give it somewhere between like a C or maybe high D tier or something like that.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, Pendant of Invisibility. Okay, here we go. This is the main villain uses this, and the Red Wizards of Thay do as well. The Horn of Beckoning Death. So what this does is brings down these black tendrils, and then turns all whoever's around there into kind of like thralls of Thay, or thralls of probably whoever unleashes it. I would assume.
Yeah, pretty.
So you can make like a whole city or half a city or whatever, and enclose a large enclosed space into like your kind of soldiers or troops.
Do we have the actual statistics on this?
I don't. It's
like
a D&D Beyond, I think. But either way, I would say that, first of all, this is going to be mostly an NPC item. You'd try to stop an NPC from getting it or using.
Item, yeah.
If you were to get it and you were like a necromancer, wizard or something like that, I could see maybe your DM being like, okay, well, and if you want to try to stay on the path of light, you could maybe shenanigans your way, hand wave your way through using this some way.
This is just not an item that you're probably going to see in your campaigns.
Yeah,
that's kind of so it's hard for me to rank it because, if you do see it, it's going to be a villain that's using it probably that you're fighting against.
And if you get it, your DM is probably going to have a lot of stipulations for it to use it. So I'd probably give it in this case, if a player got it, a non-villain campaign, let's say, maybe give it like a B, maybe a B.
Is it power? It's insanely powerful.
You got an A and I get a B then?
Sure.
Okay, all right. The Horn of Beckoning Death. Next, we have the Deathly Token. Now, this was part of one of the most hilarious, gut-busting scenes of the whole movie when the undead come out and then they speak with Dad. You have the multiple questions you can ask, and of course, when they're doing very funny linguistic comedy, and they're saying, and they're talking to each other, saying, did that count as a question? That's a question, so it was one of the uses. And it was quite funny. So it seems like Speak with Dead is a spell, but here it seemed like the sorcerer wasn't able to cast it. It's usually a cleric spell, I think. He had a token to be able to use it as a spell.
I think you can get it with quite a few classes if you go a certain subclass direction, but it's not as accessible as like invisibility, for example.
Okay.
So I think that just the roleplay potential on this, it was just so funny. I mean, there were so many instances of that which made me so excited when they incorporated the magic items. They briefly explain them in the movie without it feeling like you're getting a history lesson. For those who don't watch D&D, it felt very accessible, and they use them so creatively. And I just love that because that's what D&D is all about. I mean, yeah, we all love having our +2 great swords of flame and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, some of the most memorable things come from these little dinky items that you're like, oh, I'll never use this. And then you come up with something, or someone else is like, oh, do you still have that? Can I use that thing that you have?
Absolutely. And you're right, you're totally right, Kyle. So Xanathar's book has a lot of cool things like that, like the Cloak of Billowing and the Pipe of Smoke monsters. They don't do anything, but they're just really fun flavor things. If you have a cleric and other members in your party that can cast, it's not really that important. But still, it's pretty fun roleplay thing. I'd give it for roleplay. I would give it probably like a B for the roleplay side of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also a C tier for like usage. I mean,
Yeah.
depending on your party,
That's true.
I mean, I guess you could. But I think the other thing too about it is it's not just about how you use it. It's also and that thought left me. I don't know where. We'll
It's
get
not how
back
you
to
use it. It's not about how you use it. It's about how everyone else lets you use it. Especially your DM.
What I was going to say is we are big proponents of, we usually give our characters like one lower, depending on the campaign, depending on where we're starting, one lower tier magic item at the beginning of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
This is an example of something I would be totally comfortable giving to players for that reason, because it's not going to break a campaign, but it could be really funny if you find a way to build these trinkets into your character's personality. I think it has a lot of
That's
a lot of
interesting.
potential.
That is really cool, and it'll ramp up your role playing by +1.
Yeah.
So, all right, next is the Helm of Disjunction.
disjunction.
And this is supposedly insanely powerful, and it's created by the wizard Mordenkainen. As part of that, Dead Alewives had a bit of a skit where everyone references and knows D&D with the Mordenkainen's magical watchdog and everything. It's powerful. It's also a Magic the Gathering card. It has a dog. Anyway, so this helm, basically within 300 feet around, it produces like an anti-magic wave that can turn off everything. I think it's a little busted. I mean, as a DM, if you give your players this as a Dungeon Master, or you find it as a player, assume like all traps are off. I mean, how can you stop your players at that point? You have to be really cautious with something like an item like this.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, they used it effectively. They didn't get it until the very end. I think that it's something that you have to add stipulations or
Make sure it's balanced. I mean,
balance it, or you have it be a single use item,
or it takes your full action to cast. Maybe you can't necessarily do it during battle.
It's
so if that's the case,
all the time, it's really powerful. I mean, it's very powerful.
Yeah, breaking like all your traps or breaking seals, and if you need that to happen, that's fine. But then you better get ready for the next seals,
because you want your players to beat your traps. That's the goal.
Yeah,
they're
but
not
not
having fun if you're just like you've created an impossible task that they can't do. That's not fun.
Yeah.
But you don't want them to be able to like
press the skip the fast travel skip button on your traps and stuff. So is this powerful? Yes. If it's like they do in the movie where he uses it kind of even like offensively as like an attack or something. I mean, I don't know. I think this would verge on S tier for me, or like high A tier.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Helm of Disjunction. So. Bag of Holding. All right, so here's the thing. Bag of Holding is as we referenced earlier, in what book was it that has a bagman?
The bagman is in the...
Icewind Dale?
No. It's in the...
Strahd?
Not Strahd, it's in...
the newest one?
The one that's about all of them that we did.
Oh my god, where they go different domains of dread and things like that.
The Domains of Dread book.
Yes, whatever that's
Van
called.
Richten's Guide to Ravenloft.
Yes, there it is. Okay, so
Ran
that's
the whole campaign
where the
with Bag
bagman. So the bag holding itself, though, while not, it's a very kind of mundane magic item. I know if you're not very creative as like a team, or you really you want to use it as like a holding receptacle. I mean, it's kind of like a D tier item.
I don't know. I just feel like every because it's used by every party ever.
It's like a staple.
To me, it's a staple.
Okay.
It's C or B for me, just because like. There is not a D&D campaign that I know of where you don't have a bag of holding, and if you put a bag of holding in a bag of holding...
No, stop! Divide by 0!
I think they retconned.
Oh, did they?
But,
well, either way, I mean, people love to do shenanigans where you put, can I put this, can I go inside the bag of holding? Can I put this halfling in the bag of holding? And, whatever. And they can solely breathe. Yeah, so I'd still give this item just a D tier. It's fun. If there's a bagman in it, I would definitely rank it up to like an A tier. Because murder shenanigans.
You might see one of those in one of our campaigns one of these days.
Okay, we're almost done here. We have it now. The Tablet of Reawakening. This seems to be a tablet that gives one use of resurrection, but it can resurrect. I guess resurrection at the highest level or something. I don't know exactly because
they're implying that the person can be dead for however long.
That's true. So Revivify gives you 1 minute. I think resurrection might have a year limit too. No, it's not restoration. It'd be full resurrection. Yeah. So this thing, either way, lets you get past even some of the most unique of deaths, as they show here with the Red Wizards of Thay using their blades. I mean, just having resurrection is very costly anyway. It doesn't take a diamond and things like that. So as like the spell component cost.
Yeah.
So overall, just having resurrection available is a huge boon for your party. I mean, like your character, one of the characters goes down and is slain. Sometimes there's like whole quests to go even try to revive one character or an NPC in the case of our campaign. Just even having the option of resurrection at any level is hugely powerful.
Yeah,
but it's still sort of like a singular focus. So I would give this an A tier.
And it's a one use.
Yeah, I'd give it an
I
A
give it
tier.
A or high B.
Okay.
But I will say, I mean, this is. There are many, but this is essentially the main magic item that the campaign
revolves around. Yeah,
revolves around. And I think they really do they make some beautiful choices with it. I laughed in this movie, and I was also very touched.
Oh my gosh,
it was really lovely.
It hit in the feels when it needed to, and it was just a heck of a ride. So here we go. The last one, number 10, is we're going to divide into two weapons specifically. So we have the Barbarian, Michelle Rodriguez's character. She had a dark steel great axe that then she got like forged into a flame, and it became like a dark steel great axe with like maybe like a.
It looks like a more blunt great axe. But
I don't know.
Ignore that.
Anyway, the way she fought with it, and the fact that it got like it. A character was able to improve their own weapon, I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because normally when you have a +1 weapon or your magic weapon, you can't upgrade it further. But in this case, she did, and it was a really cool character building moment too. I think, in the DM, or in this case, the
I thought it was
allowing. So
it looked so bad.
It looked really cool. I mean, so it was just a magic weapon. We didn't see how strong it was necessarily, but I give it a C.
Yeah, sure.
And then on the other side of that, we have Duke of Hastings' personal. Weapon. I think it's called the Sword of Ultimate Hotness. Is that what you got?
That's what I got.
Okay. So this sword also
it can only be wielded by someone exceptionally hot.
Yes.
So Dave.
Yes. Even in my hands. You too. So this sword was interesting. I don't think it actually exists, but I think they maybe have made it in the new D&D Beyond release of magic items. But it's a sword that also like shoots out like a dagger, so it has range attacks on top of that, and then it can also like dual wield it. So it has a lot of potential there. And I think either it had magic ability like radiant damage, or he was just using smites with it. Either way, a very versatile weapon. Probably really strong.
Any sword that can turn into more than just a sword or two swords. I mean, Avatar, it has my vote. It's just, if it's a sword and then surprise, it's also a sword gun, or it's two swords.
Oh
Come on.
Hell yeah, that rocks. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna give it just really cool. Realistically, it'd be like a B, depending how strong it was. It could go up to an A. If Reggie John Page is wielding it, I'd give it an S+.
Oh, S+.
Okay, now we have one more bonus. And you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. Okay, this is the supreme magic item. The strongest magic item in all of Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. You ready for this? You ready?
Is it his loot?
No. He's potato.
A potato.
Hold it, now!
You'll never look at a potato the same way again.
The potato that Michelle Rodriguez throws all the time.
Oh,
Barbarian throws. So this is like an improvised weapon. I don't know if the potatoes are magical or if she infuses them with magical power, but they knock dudes out with this weapon. So the potato. The potato, I'm giving the potato for many reasons the highest award of potato. What would you give it?
Potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. And that's all we got for you this time. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching this review of these magic items, Dungeons & Dragons Beyond, whatever.
Leave a comment down below. Let us know what your favorites are and what you think. And if you think we're wrong or right, or we'll engage with you.
Yes, and also tell us, put in the description other magic items, in the comments, other magic items you like to use so other people can see. So, all right, cool. Thanks for watching. Bye.